Tell me what your message means. Do you like to tantuet? How can you change your mind and like someone else? If you don't come back to me, I will post 10,000 ugly photos of you online. My name is Ha Kwong. I am a famous Belagan online for the past 2 years. I also acted in a few small films. 2 years ago, my lover and I had been in love for 5 years, but had no time for me, and broke up 2 years later. Today I saw her interview. Now, she has become a famous MC video background image. Ask Lu Nguyen. Recently, there has been a very hot topic online about the person you loved in your youth. Lu Nu smiled a bit lonely. He and I dated for 5 years, then broke up. Actually, when we broke up, I was also very sad. At that time, I didn't want to break up, but I couldn't lower my face and said a strong sentence, saying that if we broke up, we broke up. Tell him not to regret it. The MC followed along, filled with excitement. So now that she has won the Photo Queen Award, does he regret it? Lu Nguyen smiled wryly. No. Later when I received the first female lead script, I thought I wanted him to turn on the TV so he could see me, wanted him to know how good I really was. She spoke in a very gentle voice. Below the video, fans enthusiastically commented, "Let him know how good you are, and then let him come back and beg to restudy, right? It's okay. I know you miss him. Go blind soon. You've waited 2 years. He still hasn't regretted it." Reading this, I was stunned. Regret? Actually, a little bit. But Lu Nguyen is really thick-skinned. You want me to regret? Finish later. But she is also very proud sometimes. For example, when I said goodbye, it was clearly just angry words. She could hear it. But that day she still agreed to break up for the sake of her dignity. Regret it now? Why is it late? Lu Nguyen and I have known each other for 8 years, argued, and then fell in love after 5 years of breaking up, countless times. But every time we broke up for a few hours, we got back together. The last time was when her career was taking off. I gave in to her many times, and in the end, she got a few days off. I had prepared all my travel schedules. Everything was ready. But at the hotel in Tam Ma, she went to the balcony to answer a phone call and then started packing her luggage. After showering, I came out stunned. "What are you doing?" She stood up and hugged me. There was an unexpected audition. This opportunity is very important for me. I'm sorry, baby. Next time I will definitely. Before she could finish her promise, I cut her short. There won't be a next time. Let's break up. This time I'm more serious than ever. I've been up all night looking for travel plans, just waiting for these few days. As a result, she gave me a bucket of cold water, but actually, as soon as I said that sentence, I regretted it. Lu Nguyen probably saw the determination in my eyes when I said that sentence. She was silent for a moment, then nodded. Okay, if we break up, then we break up. Don't regret it. Lu Nguyen pulled her suitcase and left the room. The next day, I also packed my luggage and went home. The trip in my plan is no longer going, because the person in that plan is no longer there. I threw the phone aside, pulled down my hat to cover my face, planning to spend a while. The assistant sitting next to me said, "Dude, your friend is trying to trick you into playing cards." The manager passed by, bow, reminding me of being beaten. I felt a little uncomfortable and coldly tilted my head to look at him. "Isn't this something you should worry about?" The manager looked at me for 2 seconds, then bowed his head and typed something on the table. A few minutes later, he returned the phone to me. On the screen that displays my new post, the content is to send X number of photos, accompanied by 9 photos with different styles. Not long after it was posted, fans immediately flooded in to comment. First photo. "Husband, I like cute guys, but Western style is also great. Don't laugh. Who wonders who Kwasi is? Why?" A few minutes later, How Lu Nguyen's photo commented. "This photo comes with an ugly photo of me when we were in love. How ugly is that? Enough to make me have a stain on online public opinion." Her title of Photo Queen is truly well-deserved. In just a few short minutes, my post went up. Turning off the search, I was so angry that I immediately unblocked Lu Nuyen. Are you crazy? Do you understand? Your standard lover must be considered dead. Do you have any self-respect? Why do you still keep your ex-boyfriend's photo after breaking up? Lu Nuyen did not answer but asked again, Who is Kwa? I snorted. Lu Nuyen, you care too much about me. What does it have to do with you? Lu Nuyen sent. Also in the world? Could it be the female singer who just held a concert? Tantuet. I was confused. How did this woman know I went to see Tantuet's concert? Lu Nuyen sent a certificate with the words, I will always secretly follow you forever, forever and ever. It's scary. Does Lu Nuyen still have feelings for me? Lu Nuyen, are you jealous? Lu Nuyen sent a voice message. I glanced at the driver in front and then looked at the manager sleeping next to me. Then, without hesitation, clicked to open the voice message that was just sent. Ha Kwong, tell me who your lover is? Lu Nuyen's voice is still as gentle as ever. Realizing that I was caught up in that voice again, I smiled, my face beaming. The phone automatically plays the second recording. If you don't say anything, I will post all the thousands of photos on the phone, 1 photo a day. I immediately couldn't laugh anymore, I whispered. It's been 2 years since we broke up. You're still the same, haven't changed at all. Knowing that I care most about my image online, she uses that as a weapon to threaten me. It's so quick to die, but I can't do anything to her. Because when we were in love, she really liked taking pictures of me, but her photography skills were terrible. I'm the one who pampers my girlfriend. No matter how ugly he was, I still tolerated him and kept encouraging him. Baby, you take great photos. You're making progress. This time I really did it on my own. At that time I couldn't think about today's situation. After 2 hours, Lu Nu sent 2 text messages. No reply. So I'm taking a photo. I hastily replied. It was the manager who wrote that article. There is no faculty X at all. Lu Nuyen, what about Tantuet? I couldn't stand it anymore. Aren't you done yet? She replied. Tantuet, don't think about it anymore. She already has a boyfriend. Her feelings are still very stable. Seeing that message, I immediately woke up the manager. Tantuet has a boyfriend. Stop pursuing her. Move on to someone else. Tantuet is the manager's idol. He's been chasing her for a year now, and finally waited until the day she held a concert. No matter what she said, she had to go. He begged me for a long time. I have no other choice, brothers, but I have to indulge a little. Lu Nuyen sent another text message. After breaking up, are your aesthetics so bad? Her message appeared in the chat box. Lu Nuyen is always sharp and sharp. I know. Before I was really patient, very good. Endured half a year of her sarcastic words. It took half a year of perseverance for me to pursue her. After we fell in love, she was no longer like that. As expected, Jong-sun is easy to change, difficult to leave. I held back my anger and texted Lu Nuyen. She puckered my lips, realizing she had fallen into her trap. Lu Nuyen was not there. The manager saw me glaring at the phone and asked curiously, What's wrong? I gritted my teeth and said, Lu Nuyen is bad again. He smiled and said, See, you two are in contact again. Hasi, I knew right away. You two can't break up. When will you reunite? I glanced at him and said angrily, Shut up right now. Like Lu and Yin, you want to reunite with me? There's no way. In the evening, I went into the manager's apartment, and we both lay on the sofa watching a movie. The manager's phone suddenly rang. It was the manager of the personal studio. I am a former manager. He looked at the phone and summarized. You guys have a bucket. This guy I can chew crispy potatoes with. Asking innocently, what bucket counts one love? I thought for a moment, I had never heard of this program. It must have been X who refused. Management is awkward, but they pay 30 million. So what else is there to deduct? Accepted immediately. Hesitating even for a second is not respecting money. In the program Unexpected Love, the organizers asked the couple to break up after 10 years in front of the camera to act as if they were in love, so that the audience could guess which couple wanted to reunite. I boarded the plane to Sanya and looked through the program's requirements. Up until now, I have only been as weak as Lu and Yin. This little nun has enough range for her to be sure. Before the plane took off, I sent a text message asking Lu Nu Yin, the soul, love Mook, will you participate? She answered very quickly. Count no, what is love? Do you want to come back to me? I'm extremely confused. Just 2 years after breaking up, has Lu like Yin become an idiot? What does this show have to do with reunions? No, I said it's a TV show, are you in it? Not sure of Lu as Yin shows login message. I waited patiently for a few minutes, until my patience ran out. Is anyone sitting here? I withdrew my gaze, stuck to the phone stiffly, raised my head, and met Lu's eyes like Yin. She held the phone up to my face and shook it. She shook very slowly, enough for me to clearly see my ugly photo on the screen. I seem to have underestimated the context of this show. They actually invited Lu like Yin. Looks like this woman was on the same flight as me. I put on a fake smile. Of course it's okay. Soon, we arrived at the filming location. The program team announced to the working group that from the moment the guests got off the plane, there were cameras following them. Lu and Yin and I appeared in the live broadcast room. Immediately, that live stream appeared on Netizens' homepage. I saw Lu like Yin and thought I was dizzy. I didn't expect it was really her. Why would Lu like Yin participate in a small program like this? Don't you see? On TC, looking for Lu like Yin, Ha Kwang is also present. Wait, are these two really ex-lovers? Don't know anymore. There is a girl over there who looks a lot like Tatan Tuet. Isn't it said that Tatan Tuet and her lover have a very good relationship? I turned my head, very suspiciously asked Lu Nu Yin. Is that Tatan Tuet next to her? Why did she participate in this program? Didn't you say that Tatan Tuet and her lover have a very good relationship? Lu Nu Yin narrowed her eyes. Do you really not like Tatan Tuet? Why don't you like her? Then why do you pay such attention to her? Looking at this scene, comments exploded again. Isn't it a love countdown? Why do I feel like these two people don't look like they broke up at all? Just passers-by. I guess Lu and Yin joined because of old times. I looked at her strangely. What does it have to do with you whether I like Tatan or not? We are old lovers. Do you remember? 2 words, old love. I deliberately emphasized as if reminding her, or maybe reminding myself. She and I are already in the past. I wonder where Ha Kwang got that confidence. Let him think Lu like Yin wants to get back together with him. I remember there was a male guest who also liked Lu as much as Yin. Yes, Ha Kwang. Kwang's mouth is just that. Wait until Lu like Yin dates someone else. He will be obedient right away. Lu Sr., a lively young man carrying a suitcase, ran towards me. Oh no, not towards me. He was running towards Lu like Yin. I know this guy is the one who just filmed a new movie with Lu Nu Yin to Wydang Tan. The movie is very hot online. The taboo love story of the 2 main characters gradually made netizens fall apart. I didn't expect you to also participate in this program. Tell me, who is your ex-lover? Wydang Tan asked Lu like Yin. Wydang Tan, long time no see. Lu Nu Yin did not feel that his question was rude at all. Completely comfortable responding. It seems that these 2 people have a very good relationship. Under the camera lens, I proactively greeted Wydang Tan. As if I hadn't forgotten. Hello, Senior Ha Kwang. I really like your short films, but why did you come here? Who is your lover? The topic suddenly turned to me. He leaned close to my ear and whispered, don't you want to rekindle your old love with Lu like Yin? I looked at the woman next to me, her expression calm and cold. My ex-lover is dead, so how can we get back together, right? Senior. Lu Nu Yin laughed. Really? If she's really dead, I don't think she'll forgive you even if she becomes a ghost. After hearing this, Wydang Tan's eyes lit up. Oh my God, this is a real couple. Here. Then all the guests gathered in the villa. Wydang Tan suddenly nudged me with his elbow. There? He likes Senior Lu. Remember to be a little more cautious. I followed Wydang Tan's gaze. I also know this person. He is extremely talented and often plays supporting roles in Lu's films like Yin. It's been the same since Lu knew Yin debuted until now. Before, I had quarreled with Lu like Yin because of him. No one can always appear next to another person unless it is intentional. After I broke up with Lu like Yin, Kai Ba-dat never left any of her works. Unexpectedly, this time, he even followed the whole number. In fact, I don't care much about Wei Dang Tan's words. What should I watch out for him? If the two of them really had anything, they would have been together a long time ago. Wei Dang Tan shook his head, expressing dissatisfaction. Words cannot say that. Good things are afraid of being lost. When Lu like Yin is really taken away, don't cry. Come on, Lu and Yin and I broke up 2 years ago, not 2 days. If she was still attached, she would have come back to find me a long time ago. My tone was a bit annoyed. I don't even know why I feel this way. Maybe because I've never really let go of Lu like Yin. All guests were fully gathered. Let's begin the first pairing mission, the director spoke up. The first task requires men and women to pair up, forming 3 teams. They must move together to the finish line 10 meters away within 10 seconds. If they fail, there will be nothing to eat for dinner. Kai Ba-dat, of course, did not miss this opportunity. While no one wanted to take the initiative, he quickly asked, "Senior Lu, do you want to pair up with me?" Lu Nuyen glanced at me. I turned away, avoiding her eyes. Wei Dang Tan was next to me, looking. Seeing me like that, he suddenly grabbed Lu's arm like Yin. No, Lu's father had to team up with me. He glanced at me meaningfully, as if to say, "Don't worry, my brother, my love is protected by you." I think this is really unnecessary. Previously, when we were in college, Lu and Yin and I also played this 3-legged game. At that time, we had been in love for 2 years, but still didn't have any chemistry. Wei Dang Tan is the type of person who is weak and cannot stand being touched. Let me do it better. Can Father Lu's money please me? Not being confused as the queen, that is, the 3 guys fighting for a team, I beg Ha Kwang to be a little more self-aware. If you want to form a team, say it clearly. What's the point? Is Lu like Yin his dog? I think Lu like Yin will probably choose Wei Dang Tan or Kai Ba-dat. The two of them seem very close. This Ha Kwang no one cares about. But Lu knew Yin did not refuse. My right leg and her left leg were restrained. At that moment, I felt like I returned to my carefree days in college. What are you thinking? Be careful not to fall later. I looked at Lu and Yin's face and was a bit stunned. Aren't you going to eat? I'm about to go away. Who will take care of you? I told you not to leave your clothes lying around. What if you don't find them? Shouldn't you eat more nutritious food? Don't eat junk food. At that moment, her image appeared to coincide with the past, as if we were still a couple that had never changed. The director started the countdown. Lu and Yin and I still didn't get along, so the challenge failed. Kai Ba-dat, of course, was not convinced. I told you to let me do it. There are people who don't have tea, so don't hold on to work. Do you want everyone to starve to death? No wonder Lu and Yin broke up with him. The two don't have any chemistry at all. Is this an ex-lover relationship? I don't understand. Ha Kwang looks like he's pulling his back leg. They each have to coordinate very well. I really want to apologize to Kai Ba-dat. Because of my selfishness, the challenge failed. But Lu Nuyen stepped up to block me in front of me. It's my fault. I accidentally tripped over him. I looked at her back, a doubt rising in my heart. Why did Lu like Yin do that? Haven't we already broken up? Whether I get scolded or not, it has nothing to do with her. I'm going. Lu Nuyen is really such a good ex-lover that he's still protective. Ha Kwang, I really don't understand. Why did Ha Kwang break up with Lu like Yin? In 2025, I hope to have a girlfriend like Lu like Yin. Me and Lu like Yin failed in the challenge, but 3 new away teams later succeeded. Everyone clearly assigned tasks. 2 groups of guests went out shopping. The rest waited for them to bring the food back to prepare dinner. Me and Lu Nuyen are in charge of shopping together. Take a car together and go to a large supermarket nearby. Thank you for helping me out earlier. Lu Nuyen looked surprised. Aren't you going to confront me today? One sentence erased all my sadness throughout the day. If you don't protect me, who will you protect? In a place where you can see, only you can bully me. Don't let anyone else. I don't know what to say anymore. To me, Lu and Yin's words were like a confession of love. The quiet atmosphere in the car lasted until we arrived at the supermarket. As soon as she drove the car, she naturally opened the door for me, then took my hand. Do you want something to eat? Before I could answer, she decided on her own. Let's have fish with flag fish sauce. Add shrimp and spicy lotus oil. I like it too. Let's buy it. It's impossible to film or monitor, but remember that these dishes are not easy to make. If you don't have experience, it will ruin everything. So buy something a little easier to cook. Lu Nguyen still focused on choosing shrimp, not adding comb. It's okay, I can do it. My eyes stopped at her hand, holding mine tightly. Is it okay to just choose shrimp and hold hands like this? I used a little force to pull out, but she tightened her grip. No matter what we do, we hold our hands together so tightly. Lu like Yin is truly so valuable. Ha Kwong, it seems, only knows how to push everything back. I thought they worked well together. I really don't understand what Lu like Yin likes about him. She's beautiful, rich, and knows how to cook. This is the goddess of my dreams. Lu's attitude, as Yin wrote clearly, is already written on his face. I really don't know what Ha Kwong is thinking. Lu Nguyen, can you let go? She stopped and calmly took a packet of hot pot seasoning. Why should we let go? We are companions now. Companions must act. She said seriously. That's not following the rules. So how should I act? Can I give you a kiss? Lu Nguyen seemed to be thinking. It's okay. If you want a kiss, it's not impossible. I couldn't help but kick her right in front of the camera. Why is this guy still so thick-faced? He's still filming. You can eat rice, but how can you talk nonsense? Having said that, have you ever met a couple who broke up and still kissed? On the way back to the villa, my phone received a text message from an unknown number. Mr. Ha, can you stop being so attached to Lu like Yin? Before, because she didn't want you to be held captive, she signed an agreement with the company. Now it's only after hard work that there's a bit of improvement. She can forget what she endured, but can you, the beneficiary, be able to be so mean? Now there's a big gap between the two of you. People who understand things should know their position. What deal? Why didn't I know? The past 2 years, she's been crazy about filming because of that deal. Why do you say it's because of me? My head was full of questions, but no one answered. The only thing that can be certain is that the distance between me and this woman is getting bigger and bigger, to the point where I feel self-conscious. After returning to the villa, I learned that the 2 groups of guests staying at the villa also had the task of observing love affairs. Coincidentally, my close friend came to Dang Tan as an observer. He saw me and Lu Nguyen returning, so he walked forward and took the bag in my hand. You two are so sweet. Honestly, aren't you planning on coming back? I looked at Lu Yin's busy back in the kitchen and suddenly remembered that message. Actually, what that person said was right. How can I get back with her now? If it were 2 years ago, I would definitely come back, but now the gap between me and her is too big. Lu like Yin should be with a better person, not someone who stays still like me. God, how could you think like that? Obviously, she still has feelings for him. I smiled faintly and said something from the bottom of my heart. Actually, I've been waiting for her to proactively find me to come back. I also really can't forget her, but if she really took a step towards me, I think maybe I would still retreat as long as Yin. So wonderful that I feel like I don't deserve her anymore. Tan looked at me with a complicated expression, not knowing what to say to comfort me. Anyway, the cause comes from me, not external circumstances. Kai Ba Dat came out of the kitchen with an annoyed look on his face when he saw Dang Tan and I talking. He placed the bowl of garlic firmly on the table. Some people not only play games poorly, now everyone is helping, but also dare to be lazy. I'm in a depressed mood and don't want to talk to Kai Ba Dat. As a result, I started peeling garlic. As soon as Lu Nguyen came out of the kitchen, he saw me bowing my head to peel garlic. She was startled. When did you do these things? What are you showing off? Not sure if it was because Kai Ba Dat targeted me or because I clearly understood the distance between me and Lu like Yin, a warm feeling of resentment welled up in my heart. My tears seemed uncontrollable. My eyes were red. Why can't I do it? I just want to help. Lu Yin's eyes reassured me. She pulled out a piece of paper to wipe my tears. His voice was patient and gentle. Why are you crying? It's not like you won't let me help you. She grabbed my hand, led me into the kitchen, and closed the door, blocking the curious eyes of other guests. Why are you suddenly crying? Are you angry? I stubbornly turned my head away. 30 million yuan. What's there to be upset about? But this amount of money is probably not worth anything in the eyes of my boyfriend. After all, the woman in front of me could earn several times that amount with just one drama. Lu Nu-yin was distracted while cutting into the chicken and bit into my garlic flowers. What are you teasing? She looked at me seriously and said, I invested 30 million yuan in this program and I gave it to you. Otherwise, why would you participate in this program? Why did you give money to your ex-boyfriend? Lu Nu-yin laughed. You really don't understand or pretend not to understand. I came to beg you to come back. Do you hear me? Oh my God, this is so romantic. Invested the whole program just to beg to come back. Lu Nu-yin loves too much. Lower the reins. What are you waiting for? Will you agree? Honestly, if I were Ha Kuang, I would think again. Anyway, now Lu Nu-yin is so outstanding. I really understand this feeling of inferiority, but I still find it difficult to understand. If Lu like Yin really liked Ha Kuang, why didn't he ask to come back sooner instead of waiting 2 years later? Perhaps Ha Kuang hesitated for this reason. Ha Kuang, do you want to come back to me? During this short period of time, I thought a lot. I do want to, but there are things that can't be solved just because I want them. Her 30 million, easily, is an amount of money that I won't be able to earn in my entire life. If they reunite, what will Lu like Yin's career look like? As for the deal, can her fans accept it? Besides, she just won the Beauty Queen Award. What if because she loves me, she has to cover up 6 huge contract violations? I cannot harm her. Lu Nu-yin, I don't want to reunite. I don't know how I said this. I only know that after saying that sentence, my heart felt like it was being squeezed. It was so painful that I couldn't breathe. Lu Nu-yin looked at me. Why, Ha Kuang? Don't tell me you already like someone else. I can't think of any other reason for you to reject me. How many times have we broken up? Never once have you refused me. Her eyes became conversational. A hint of self-mockery flashed through her eyes. Is it because you're too late? Because you're 2 years late, right? 2 years can change a lot of things, so I've had a change of heart. I certainly haven't changed my mind, but this is the best way to end this relationship. That's right. Do you have someone you like? I admit, I like her. Lu Nu-yin smiled. Ha Kuang, when you lie, your eyes will be unconscious. Don't try to deceive me anymore. I know what I want. I lowered my eyes and spoke to Lu Nu-yin with heartfelt words. Lu Nu-yin, I really don't want you to act on your emotions like that. The relationship between you and I ended 2 years ago, right? 2 years ago, you gave up on reuniting with me because of your career. 2 years later, you had great success, so you shouldn't come back to find me again. I don't want to. A few years later, you'll regret it. Using a regretful tone to talk about what she did today, Lu Nu-yin closed her eyes. Do you still care that I didn't find you right away? I can explain, but I don't want to hear it. I tried to hold back my tears, quickly washed the vegetables under the tap, and left the kitchen. I returned to the bedroom that the program had prepared for me. Tomorrow it was time for dinner. Wai Dangtan suddenly came to invite me to come down to eat. He pushed open the door to my room. Why are you crying so much? Lu Nu-yin wants to reunite because you have low self-esteem and agreement. So you rejected her? I nodded slightly. He patted my shoulder. Huh, what does it all have to be like that? 2 people who love each other should just come together. That agreement was also of her own free will. I shook my head. Wai Dangtan, you don't understand. During the past 2 years, I have blamed her countless times. Why didn't she come find me to get back? But now the truth has been exposed. That reason is because of me. She endured so much for me, yet I still blame her. Blame her for giving up the relationship over the years, and even get angry with her. Always thinking of ways to make her bow before me. When she was in trouble, I wasn't by her side. But now, the first thing she does after overcoming the storm is to come find me to come back. Compared to what she did, I really feel like I'm so bad. I really don't deserve her. I cried until I cried, remembering how I treated her a few days ago, after unblocking her. I regret it to death. Why would I treat someone as good as her like that? But have you ever thought about her feelings? Everything she does is for you. Without you, there would be no her. Today, My rebuttal was incorrect. Even without me, she would still be here today. Lu Nuyen is so good. Whatever she does will succeed. Why Dang Tan gave up before me. Okay. So you such a good person. Do you really want to let go? I bit my lip and spoke my mind. I don't want to let go. Why Dang Tan did not respond. I just said one sentence. Come in. I suddenly looked at him with tears in my eyes, wanting to ask what he meant. Lu Nuyen pushed the door open and she walked in. Why Dang Tan was right in front of me. Hang up. So just now he was always talking to Lu like Yin about my complaints. Did he hear them all? Why Dang Tan left, leaving only me and Lu like Yin in the room. I kneeled on the bed blankly. The two of us looked at each other. Sincerely, Lu Nuyen was the first to give up. I don't want to be with you, and I don't want you to be with someone else. Ha Kwang before, why didn't you realize how domineering I was? Just as I firmly refused, I sat here crying again. If you meet someone else, you'll probably be fooled by me. But I know, you're saying one thing, thinking another. She reached out to me one last time, asking, are you coming back? My answer was to hug her. Lu Nuyen slightly used her hand to grab my waist, my whole body trembling. Yin raised his head and kissed the corner of his lips. When the kiss ended, my stomach growled at the wrong time. Lu Nuyen laughed softly. Already? Do you want to come down and eat something? I nodded and went downstairs with her. Sitting at the dining table, 6 pairs of eyes simultaneously stared at me. Having money to bet and being coaxed, guess what? The only female couple who wants to reunite. Hey, is there a reply? It's so obvious. Tell me, how do you two know each other? The other guests asked each other. Lu Nuyen said while wrapping a cake for me. We've been in love since school. We first met him in 10th grade. I was a member of the student council, and he was a rather stubborn boy. Lu Nuyen's voice rang out. I remembered the first time I met her. At that time, she was the student council representative, specializing in catching students who were truant and late, but I was late. That day I fell asleep and had no other choice but to climb the wall into the school. How unlucky to be caught by Lu Nuyen. Classmate, you're so beautiful. Can't you not write down my name? But Lu Nuyen said, this classmate, you are also handsome, but you still look young. No idea that these two things have nothing to do with each other. You want me not to write my name? There's no way. After that day, I missed her forever. He is the best student in the grade, an outstanding student in the eyes of his teachers, and an honest and upright student council member. It was so annoying that if I didn't choose her a little, I would get called a parent by the teachers. My friend tried to stop me. You give me a plan which is to pursue her, then make her grades drop, and then dump her. Only then did I realize how much effort I had to spend pursuing Lu Nuyen. The first time I confessed my love, she didn't agree. I still clearly remember what she said at that time. I like smart boys. I understood immediately. She's calling me stupid. It's so funny. Can I endure this humiliation? I had to take the first place position from her. So I studied day and night, and my teachers thought I was sick. Decided to force my parents to take me for a brain test. My achievements skyrocketed. In 11th grade, from 200th to top 50th. Lu Nuyen, do you love me now? I pointed to the rankings. Lu Nuyen nodded, as if silently acknowledging my efforts throughout the year. But she still doesn't agree to love me. She told me to keep trying. But look, no matter how strong she looked at that time, in the end she was still conquered by me. Furthermore, she confessed her love to me and begged me to let her wish to enter the same university as her. Comments did not expect Lu Nuyen to be so profound. Surely he had noticed Ha Kwang for a long time. Kept him for 3 years to promote his studies. Wasn't it just to accompany him to take the entrance exam to a university? I teased. Goddess, your mouth is really hard. What do you say that makes you like smart people? Ha Kwang can stand it. But I'm really curious. Miss Lu remembers your name. You still pursue her, shouldn't you hate her? Tatan Tuet wondered. Lu Nuyen also really wants to know the reason. She asked me many times. Each time I avoided the story. It's over. I can't tell the truth. I also really want to know. She looked at me with curious eyes. I felt guilty and lowered my head. People say falling in love will lower your grades, right? So I thought if I could pursue her, let her score drop, then break up. Dangtan was drinking water and ended up choking and spitting it out. I died laughing. You found out people's scores don't decrease, right? That's right. Because of that, I was upset for a long time. Even in high-level college math, she has never failed. It's truly scary. Tatan Tuet sighed heavily. Lu Nuyen laughed. So during that time you fell asleep. No matter how much you asked, you refused to say why. Is it because of this? Under her dangerous eyes, I suddenly nodded. The commenter has never mastered advanced math, so I can only disagree. It's done, Ha Kwong. Remember to lock the door carefully when you sleep. Hopefully tomorrow you won't see Ha Kwong hugging the cat and complaining. After the reality show ended, the love story between Lu Nuyen and I continued to search. Netizens simultaneously teased, "Are you two openly in love?" Lu Nuyen live stream. Thank you to all the guests who supported me in pursuing my husband. Tatan Tuet, it's as easy as eating candy. Next day, there's another 30 million event. Remember to call me. I don't want to accept this BS scenario of playing green tea anymore. Who can understand? Netizen comment 666. I really don't want to act at all. Everyone is part of your plan. The MC asked again. Now that you've won the Photo Queen Award, does he regret it? Lu Nuyen laughed. Huh? It's all acting. Lu Nuyen smiled and said, to pursue him, I really spent a lot of money. I couldn't help but burst into tears. Lu Nuyen panicked. Don't cry. There's no need to be so emotional. I sniffled and said, I'm heartbroken for my money. Lu Nuyen started to cry and laughed. She threw all her bank cards in front of me and hugged me. It's all mine. You're mine too. The next morning, my husband and I were so tired that we wanted to cry but couldn't. This is a bit much, isn't it?